Yes, people. We are the panel, live at Sneakerness London 2019.
I always find it funny when you say live, because when you watch it back, it's not live, is it?
Doesn't matter. The people need to know we were here.
All right.
And so we were.
Okay.
And to my right, we have
Van Will Jams.
And to my left, we have
Rain _Nelson _445.
And together, we are going to conversate on the Puma Cell Alien, which is all on foot right here.
This shoe.
That shoe
This
right
shoe.
there.
I will start off by saying it looks better in a 7 than it does in an
All right.
11.
All right. But I think I've laced mine up better.
Is it really a lacing competition?
I think so.
Well, let's put it to the vote. Well, mine's factory laced. I don't really do all the changing of lacing.
Well, I changed mine out so the tongue sticks out slightly more, gives it that more
Elevation.
triangle point to it.
Okay.
But yeah, we digress. We're talking about the Cell Alien from Puma in the OG colorway, shall we call it?
Yeah. What are your initial thoughts?
What are my thoughts on the shoe?
Yeah.
They are a lot better on feet. I got them and understood them from the OG point of view, but I wasn't too convinced on the look of them. But actually lacing them up properly and having them on foot, managing to take a few pictures, they actually do work really well aesthetically.
When I first, cause I remember them from '98, and I wasn't overly a fan. I won't say I wasn't a fan. It wouldn't be a trainer that I would have picked up money and bought at the time.
Right.
Got them and I put them on. I was surprised. Put them on. I took a few pictures and posted them up on my social medias, and there was a lot of positive response in regards to shape and how they look and whatnot. When you have them on foot and you've got the right angle shot, you almost escape that chunky shoe kind of debate.
Yes.
Right.
Because depending on what you're wearing, obviously I'm wearing all black. Yesterday I had on the exclusive paddle hoodie. If you want one, holla. They
Glow in the dark.
Come on now.
Quarter free. But yeah, I like them. I like them, and I know there's mixed reactions. I've been talking to a few people here at Sneakerness, and they're saying, but I like them.
Do you think they fit within the narrative of what's going on trend-wise today?
Well, what is the narrative of trend which is going on today? Because it's all over the place. You've got people that are in Prestos, Vans, and then you've got people that are in the Travis Scott Jordans, Air Max 90s. I've heard this a lot from people talking about the narrative of what's going on today, and I'm confused as to what that actual narrative is.
Well, talking about narrative, if we're going to introduce one or label one, we'd say it's a throwback to the 90s.
Okay.
All the models you've spoken about have been 90s models or 80s models, so like the Jordan 1, various Air Maxes, Prestos, all of that. So I would say this does fit into it. And since we've been here at Sneakerness, this shoe hasn't looked out of place, especially with more current iterations of sneakers and collabs that have come out. So yeah, I think labelled into the 90s, it works.
Awesome. I think the narrative is chunky shoes are the thing right now, and since 2018, and it continues in 2019. I, like yourself, they're not a typical go-to shoe, and it's one of those ones where I looked at them at first, I'm like, I wouldn't really wear this.
Yeah.
But on foot, it works.
It does.
And arguably as well, I would say it's a digression from the Puma Cell Venom. Yes. Puma Cell Venom, where the look is a lot more simplistic, I would argue, whereas this is a little bit more aggressive with the fabrics, the textiles, and what's going on.
This shoe looks more athletic than the Cell Venoms.
Yeah, it
because
does.
of the mix of mesh and all of that good stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I wasn't too sold just looking at them, but then on foot they do look a lot better. I think it's Puma trying to get that message across to the masses.
That, well, the message being that we do have history.
Yes.
We do have history, and on foot, this is a crisp, clean look.
And this is the thing, I know Puma do have a lot of silhouettes which historically maybe didn't do it as well, but they've got that grounding. And I think
Yeah.
when you talk about other brands, when it's and I'll put in the video, when you talk about Adidas, you talk about Superstars, you talk about Stan Smiths, Nike, you talk about the Air Max 1, you talk about the Air Max 90 and overall. They do have that out there, but it's bringing it back to the forefront. And maybe, because there was this debate that we had yesterday about the story.
Right.
And what Woody was saying, like, was it Woody that was saying about the story that I don't technically
Yeah,
don't care about?
Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said that long time, didn't I? But I don't necessarily.
Did he though?
Did he?
Did he?
It's on a video somewhere.
Somewhere.
Go back
Okay.
through the catalogue.
Okay.
But I don't think the story there necessarily needs to be a story. But for the sake of this, because obviously the Cell Alien and then what got sent to us
Yeah.
was the thing about aliens even wanted them.
Yeah.
It's a little story. They could have done a bit more with it. With the packaging and whatnot, and maybe that's something that people need to look into to kind of push these out. Remember, the accessory that you come with the trainer now is what's selling.
Yes.
So maybe silver box, a couple of pairs of laces,
No, honestly, because if it had blue, neon,
exactly,
and black laces to switch it up, it's those key, small little additions that make a person go, wow, okay, cool, I can mix it up and chop it up how I like.
The price is only £90. And the quality of the, obviously, when you talk about the quality of the mesh, when you talk about the cell unit, when you talk about the actual new butt, like £90, the engineering on the trainer is really good.
And to look at them, there were no major glue marks or stitches out of place, which is a complaint with buying shoes these days, that if you are spending X amount of money, you want to make sure that your shit's made properly. So
yeah, definitely, and I definitely subscribe to that. Do you think, I know they've done very well with the Thunder Spectra, the RSX, do you think this shoes that's on our feet, do you think that helps with Puma being relevant within the sneaker culture today?
It's hard because I think in a lot of ways it's the core audience that make things relevant. Something that a brand may want to be relevant can be seen as nothing relevant at all. Then they're a small unknown shoe that some people or the right people decide to pick up, then becomes the relevant factor, a relevant model to be rocking.
Final question, what do Puma need to do to be relevant to the core audience?
More experimental with modern colorways, or even do a stripped down version of this like they did with the RSX Tech.
Okay. Rain, any more thoughts?
I think what they did with this model, it'll be interesting to see how this sold in comparison to others, considering the amount of people that had them on feet at Sneakerness and the amount of people that have posted them up on social media. So I think it's getting them to the right people, getting the trainer out there. If you want to do a story, do a story which is viable, not just 2 or 3 lines saying X, Y, Z, just put a bit of theatrics into it. And I think they're on to a winner. And I think they've got loads of silhouettes that they can use and do the same thing with. Let's see what happens in the future.
Yeah. Maybe for more awareness for those outside of collecting these, do an event.
Okay.
Do an event. Get the casual people involved, experiment with the shoe, and then boom, bang, bish, bosh, bash.
Awesome. On that note, we have been the panel.
We have
You have been
Van Wheel Jams. I've
you
been
have
to that.
been,
Rain_Nelson_445.
and I have been blacklisted. We're the panel. Please, we would like to hear your comments, your views on what we've discussed, and follow us on our Insta. That's thepanel.online. Peace, people. See you soon.
Cheers, lads.
Yeah, again. Ching. Ching.
That's what it
It won't.
will be on camera and that'll be hilarious.
Oh, mate.